Hello, this is Edwin Dearborn. Good morning to you. And this is another edition of Growth Driven. Yes, I believe in this fact that we're going to talk about today, that one referral can completely change your entire life. Edwin Dearborn here, another edition of Growth Driven. Good morning to you. You probably guessed over the last few weeks, months, I've been talking more about referral marketing. And I call it the biggest blind spot in business. Blind spot, if you were to look it up in a dictionary, is some area that you're prejudiced against, uninformed, or you have some negative emotion reaction, meaning a blind spot is an area that you don't really look at. And you don't look at it because you just take it for granted. You don't look at it because you know nothing about it, or you have a preconceived idea and you know all about it, or you're just unappreciative of it. And what I have found with referrals is that it is a blind spot. And the conversation goes like this. Do you like referrals? Uniformly, oh yeah, love referrals. They're the best ever. Great. Tell me about the proactive strategy that you implement on a daily and weekly basis to grow your referrals. And you will get a giant blank stare from the vast majority of people that you ask. What systems do you have in place? Do you have any processes? Do you train your staff? Do you look for them? Do you ask for them? Do you in any way instigate them? Are you not just playing defense, but are you playing offense with an actual game plan? Are you being Tom Brady and quarterbacking this topic? And what's interesting is, for most businesses, it's the absolute number one source of revenue and new clients, yet they put no activity into it to promote it, to activate it, to somehow instigate activity to generate more referrals. I find that very odd. Can you imagine? It's like, this is the number one source of my food, but I do nothing to go get food from that number one source. This is the number one source of my nutrients, but I completely ignore it. If we did that with our physical health, we would be very weak and anemic. But this is what most business people do with their business. So, but let's take a look at it. If you were to take a look at your life, your business life, maybe even your love life, one referral has completely changed your life. That one ideal client, or maybe those two ideal clients that you have, maybe the wife or spouse or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend was introduced to you by somebody else, a family member, somebody at church, just a best friend said, I think you would be, you'd match really well with this individual. Maybe your most famous favorite restaurant was introduced to you by a friend. Maybe the sports team that you're a big advocate of was introduced to you by a friend or a family member. They took you to a game and you got hooked. Completely changed your life. Most people will agree that there's some point that they were introduced to somebody via somebody else, and it was a pivotal moment in their life. They didn't see it at the moment, but then it turned out to be. Now, for myself, I'm with a company that I perform board functions for that was introduced. The wife saw my content on Facebook and introduced me to the founder and then CEO of the company. Completely changed my life. Completely changed my life. Another individual that I met through LinkedIn became a customer of mine, paid me some money. We had some opportunities, nothing major, nothing significant, but nonetheless, an opportunity. But we stayed in communication. We continued to work together on small projects throughout the years. And then about 6 years later, after meeting him, he introduced me to a family that is worth billions. That's right, with a B. I never knew that he was connected with this family. And that was because he wasn't going to introduce me to the family or even let me know that he was part of the family until he had seen enough track record in me. But once I built up that track record of trust, keeping my word, delivering what I said I would do, then he made the introduction, and I met one of the family members for breakfast. And that is going to turn out to be, once we close it, the biggest contract in the history of my company, all through referral. So I look back and I go, well, my current biggest opportunity, referral. My next biggest opportunity, billionaire family, referral. Wow. What if I was to actually induce more referrals? Like my mind was focused on it. I articulated it. I developed a strategy. I reverse engineered how to get more referrals. And then I proactively put systems, processes, content, strategies, etc., to actually instigate and attract more referrals. What would happen if I got proactive about it versus, I accept referrals? See, and that's the shift that has to occur for you to have more change in your life. Is you got to become a quarterback with a Tom Brady intensity and intentionality and strategy mindset versus I love them and I'll just accept them. Stop being the catcher on the baseball team and start being the pitcher when it comes to referral marketing. The moment you go from catcher to pitcher and you're throwing more pitches and you're getting more strikes, the more referrals you're going to have. Now, my book, Referrology, that I just released on Kindle for only $1.99, is all about this topic, about how I generated more referrals. Because I reverse engineered the process and I go, okay, they're my absolute best opportunities and clients. That's what I want. Yes, I can put money in advertising, and I do. Nothing wrong with advertising. This isn't a mutually exclusive situation. You don't have to do referral marketing or advertising. You can run both with a very robust plan and reap the benefits that both have to offer. Both are important. But what I find is that people ignore that referral machine. They ignore the opportunity to learn about it and go deep and go, you know what? This is a strategic force multiplier. This is a 10x growth factor if I become articulate, intelligent, strategic, focused on how I generate more referrals. And when you do that, guess what happens? We already know. You talk to any philosopher for the last 5,000 years. When you put your mind and focus on something, results occur. When you put your attention and intention into something, guess what happens? Motion, change occurs. Wherever you focus your intentionality, you get better results. Whenever you bear down and become more strategic, more articulate, more organized about a topic, it changes things. And this is very, very true of referrals. So if you want to learn more about what I'm doing to create my absolute best opportunities, I'm going to put a link below, or just go to Kindle or Amazon, type in Edwin Dearborn Referrology. It's $1.99. I spend more on a cup of coffee in one day than you'll spend on my book. And I guarantee you, if you understand these principles and apply them, you will produce the opportunities that are sitting before me right at this very moment in my book. Referrals are the dream clients. I call them the Willy Wonka of marketing. They're the big, giant golden ticket that takes you to this new world. And that's how the right referral can absolutely change your life. This has been another edition of Growth Driven. You have a great day, and we will talk again very soon. Bye-bye.